afternoon. Here we are again to talk to Okiya Omtatah, Senator from Busia and for Kenya. Here is Shamba Shamba, and we are just celebrating this International Symposium Day, whereby philosophers are meeting in the social hall behind me here to just talk of the contemporary issues and the importance of university education and how we can find the way forward to solve these matters. So, Mr. Okiya Omtatah, welcome to Tangaza once more.
Thank you.
Yeah, so today we have had a very wonderful day here with you, and that is a university symposium, philosophy symposium. And I remember I heard your story once. You were a seminarian, and that means you did philosophy. And maybe that is why they call you here to come and talk to philosophers. I hope that is it.
I don't know why they called me.
Yes.
It was a challenging chance.
Yes.
I just took it up because I don't run away from any fights.
Yes.
But it was difficult. I didn't know how to come and say.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have delivered a very wonderful talk, and I can assure you that, and everybody accepts that you did well.
Thank you.
And on the topic of today, it was university education and emerging contemporary challenges, a philosophical outlook. And you tackled well the question of Kenyan debts under the leadership of both President Uhuru and Ruto. And it is very pathetic if we look at the situation at the moment. What do you think is the way forward?
The way forward is to go back to the law. Obey the law, do things according to the law. As I demonstrated, you'll find that out of the 11 trillion, Parliament only approved the 2.4 trillion. So how did this other money come? We had followed the law, that would not have come. And most of the money was kept offshore, never came into the country. And you see we are spending about 70% of our taxes to pay debt. So government is left to hardly anything to run its affairs. So when they say there's no money for education, university, whatever, it's not that the government has refused. They just mismanage its affairs and have gone haywire. So it's very important that we put control on public debt. We follow the law, make sure we don't take any debt improperly. We also control public funds by separating the treasury and Ministry of Finance, so that politicians don't control public money.
Yes.
Let the professionals do that. So basically that's where we are, and the gist of my presentation was to show that, because philosophy basically looks at the foundational issues. When a bush is shaking, you're looking to find out whether it's wind or whether it is something else, or as I used to say, wherever there's smoke, there's fire.
Yes.
Today I've got artificial smoke, so you have to go back and check whether it's really fire or something else. So when you look down, is that we have failed to manage our money.
Yes.
That's the problem with Kenya. There's no other problem.
Okay.
Kenyans don't hate each other. Although politicians keep on saying that they are uniting the country, I don't know uniting who and against who. There's no war in Kenya against tribes. Everybody wants to succeed. And so when we come down to governance, our taxes are not being used well. That's why the country is in the mess it is. And we must take action to stop the theft and to begin utilizing the money for the common good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So having said that, do you think that Kenyan jails or cells are as good for politicians and other leaders as they are good for Mama Mbogas and Boda Bodas?
They are good, and anybody who deserves to be held to account, especially for theft of money, should be put there.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's any public servant who's immune, and that's what needs to be rubbed in everybody from the president down. There's a time the president was in Korea, President Ruto, and I told him, take some time and check out the Korean court. So many presidents are in the cells. Yeah, it is going to happen here. But critical is we must first of all stop the theft and move on to have an agenda to make this country, the people of Kenya, rich. The function of leadership is to convert resources into wealth. Yeah, if you fail to do that and people are living on a very resourceful land and are poor, then the leadership has failed.
Okay, yeah. And based on the current situation that is going on in Kenya, that is abductions, of which we've been seeing some of the videos, viral videos of you maybe trying to fight for Kenyans. And as you know that the abduction is concerned, and you've been fighting several times to basically for the fit up of abductions. Do you still keep the spirit after maybe the threats, or there is some fears behind, or?
Yeah, it's always good to be fear. Fear is a natural cause of it to have precaution. The body has a way of making you have precaution. Fear is there, and you take precaution. Even when you go to a house, you walk through the stairs. You don't just jump out. So the precaution is being taken, but the issue is that fear itself is not supposed to guide what you do. It's supposed to inform you on how the dangers that there are, but it should not tell you to run away from the danger. It should make you now prepare for that danger and be able to engage. And I think where we are still engaging, and I think we are going to get to the root of the abductions. Yesterday we were in court, arguing that the Inspector General must come. Monday we are back in court, and we are going to push until these abductions end, and those who have been abducting people are taken to jail and held accountable. Even on my part, those people who came and disrupted my demo, it was peacefully unarmed. I'm going to go to court to have them held accountable, beginning with the OCP and the OCS. We also want to make sure that the police command in Nairobi does not come from one ethnic group. They should mix people up so that we don't begin looking at as if the regime is trying to use as one ethnic group to oppress others. So those are the things we are going to deal with. But you know, the law is on our side, and where the law is always on the side of God. They can't win.
Okay, since many Kenyans are complaining that abduction, maybe the current government is behind this abduction, and yet you are still in the government. What is your stake in the government?
The government has got various arms. The government has got the executive, the government has got the legislature, and the government has the judiciary. The arm of government that is being accused of abductions is the executive. And in parliament, I think we have a motion where we need to call them to account. A motion was moved by Senator Tobiko Perez. So we're waiting to see how we are going. When you go back on 17th of February, we're going to make the issue of abductions very, very hot, because we want an end to it.
Yes. And when you are coming in and when you are leaving Tangaza University, the students, philosophers have been chanting, Mr. President, Mr. President. Are you considering running for president?
Yes, I even gazetted a presidential exploratory committee on my presidential ambitions, and I think they're working on the give me a verdict. If they clear me to run, I'll run, and I'll run very fast.
Okay.
Okay. since let me just say, we've just smell that you are going to run for the presidency, and still you are in the government. What is your state with President William Ruto right now?
I think William Ruto is the president, and I would really pray and I keep on urging that he does the right thing. If he does the right thing, we'll support him. If he follows the law, continues with the law, we'll follow and support him. But if he begins behaving like some rabid dog that wants to eat the chicken in the compound, then we shall kill him. We shall get him out of the way. We shall kill him politically, and maybe lock him up.
So we have been on a philosophical symposium today. What challenge do you leave at Tangaza University to Tangaza University students?
I might call upon the young people here to be responsible and to stand straight. Like Martin Luther King said, if you stand straight, nobody can ride your back. But if you bend, everybody can ride your back. So stand straight, stand firm, and don't budge in demanding for good governance, and become beyond the keyboard warriors. Go and register as voters. And each one of you should adopt a polling station and get your friends to adopt a polling station so that they cannot rig. Yes, we are going to deal with very small units, buy it small and deal with it. You know, in the old days, when we used to use very huge boulders to build, the highest we would go to the pyramids. There's very huge stones. But when they broke stones into small bits, see how high you can go with the broken up sand and concrete. That's what you have to do. You adopt polling stations and ensure that that polling station is sanitized and there's no rigging there. Collectively, we shall block rigging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that one of your tactics to maybe
deal
with the mongoose? Because I remember back home in Busia, you were a hunter.
I used to be a hunter because they used to eat my chickens, I had to eat them.
So now you are dealing with the political mongoose.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
How is the dealings?
Huh?
How is it?
I think the talents I get when I was young. First of all, you don't compromise with the mongoose. It's an existential engagement. Number two, you see all the loopholes that you can go through.
Yes.
And then tackle it frontally. Yeah, there are no two ways about it.
So I also understand that you are a seminarian.
Yep.
A seminarian at that moment, I'm looking at you as a seminarian, the way they are very humble and obedient. And I look at Omtatah of today, an activist. How do you compare the two, Omtatah of those days in the seminary and Omtatah of today?
No. Obedience and humility are very powerful forces.
Yes.
To be humble and to be obedient, it depends on obedient to what. Obedient to nonsense, I've not been obedient to nonsense.
Yes.
I'm obedient to the Lord and I'm obedient to the law. Why there's nonsense, I've always fought back.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I distinguish between respect and fear. I respect everybody, but I fear nobody except the Lord. Yeah. So that's where we are.
Does this rosary carry some magic for you? Because I've seen you in so many rallies fighting for Kenyans. But
I've always worn a rosary since I went to do catechism. Since I did my catechism in 1974, I've always worn a rosary or carried a rosary.
Yes.
And my mother makes rosaries. So, although this one was not made by my mother, this one was gifted by somebody who saw me wearing a rosary, and when he came in from Europe, he brought me one.
Yes.
But my mother makes rosaries. She's 86 years old. And if you come to my home, many people wear rosaries. Yeah, so it's nothing strange. But I find it very strange that a Muslim wearing a hijab or wearing a kofia or whatever, or an akurino does not attract any attention. But when you put on a rosary, it's like a center of attraction that it's like you're walking naked.
Yes.
So like you've broken some taboo.
Yes.
But that's how I am. Yeah. And my religion is my private affair. Yeah. It influences my worldview. Yeah, so I have that worldview. It also reminds me, because when you say the process, if you know the rosary, the Hail Mary is a terrible prayer. Because it says, pray for us now and at the hour of our death. Yes. So the rosary reminds you every day that you will die. So you cannot afford to live like you are permanent. That's a symbolism of this thing, that one day you will die. And you want to die in good stead. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Thank you very much. I thank you for this moment. Okay. And in case we have something else, maybe we shall look for you so that we talk to Kenyans. And we wish you all the best in your journey for presidency. At least maybe when you reach the house on the hill, you remember Kenyans.
Yeah, the law shall flow from the hill to every corner of the land.
Okay.
When the day comes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the time. Okay.
Asante sana.
Asante.
Yes.
This is Shamba Shamba, and you have been with Okiya Omtatah on the session Power Talk, whereby he has been talking of his dream, his aspiration, and how he will wish Kenya to be as he talks about the state of Kenya. I hope you keep on following him and you keep on dreaming with him for a good Kenya or a better Kenya. Kenya that is free of corruption Kenya that is free of hypocrisy, Kenya that is free of deceit, political deceit, and Kenya that is free of political betrayal. Wananchi are betrayed, and the senator puts it clearly without a blink of an eye point blank, that Kenya is rotten and it needs somebody to clean it. And we hope that come 2027, the senator will be there to clean the mess in this country and give us back our glory, the glory we used to have as Kenyans. Thank you and God bless you. You have been with Shamba Shamba here at Tangaza University on this International Symposium Day in the main hall at Tangaza University. Thank you.